Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Hi, Hogs.
Hi, buddy boy. Hey. We're on the air.
Let's go.
Howard Trip Morning Show. Welcome back. Hey, Rocco was not very happy yesterday with his pitcher, but he was happy that his team didn't give up. You know, right there in the ninth inning, they were losing, but they didn't quit.
I mean, we're down 4 runs going into the last inning. We start whacking the ball all over the place, having good at-bats, barreling balls up, and we barrel another one up, just not quite well enough.
You got to barrel those balls,
Well,
Roser.
Matt Walder missed a walk-off 2-run homer again by about 3 feet. I mean, he hit it down the left field line, and it was close, but again, pitching let him down a little bit, to say the least. But it shows you another example. Detroit comes in here, wins 2 out of 3, right? Or 2 out of, no, they
split.
Two, they split. Never mind,
Yep.
two-game series. Cleveland lost again last night. They just, I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but Cleveland doesn't have the horses to catch the Twins.
None of them do. But
No.
if they play Detroit 10 more times, they might lose 9 of them.
Okay, thanks, Herb.
Not
Yeah,
Tonight.
Not tonight.
because they're off.
They are off tonight.
And Sauce is going to watch the Eagles and the Browns.
Come on.
So's Hawk.
What?
He's going to watch it
That's right,
live
can't
at his
wait.
show tonight.
That's right.
He's going to put it on his
You
phone.
aren't going to watch
Love it.
Eagles.
We watch
Love it
all
so
of
much.
them.
Love them. Let's go.
Liar.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
We love them. Hey, Corey.
Yes, sir.
I know that we're going to do sports, and then we got headlines. But, man, do I have so many weird stories today. I don't know where they all came from, but just really odd stories. Can I give you one real quick?
of course.
Duh.
An American Airlines flight headed to Florida dropped over 15,000 feet in 3 minutes.
Oof.
Flight records indicate.
Terrifying.
American Airlines Flight 5916 on Thursday took off from Charlotte, North Carolina, headed to Gainesville, Florida, when crew members on the plane reported a possible pressurization issue.
Oh, boy.
The plane went on to land at Gainesville Regional Airport just before 5 p.m. One passenger, University of Florida professor, wrote on social media that the incident was terrifying.
Yeah, you think?
I've flown a lot. This was scary. Kudos to our amazing flight crew. On the photos cannot capture the burning smell, the loud bang, or the ear pops. Oh, God.
How many vomit bags were used?
All of them.
Lord.
How about the smell of sweat?
And urine from my side.
Yeah.
Well, that's a normal thing. for you.
Yeah.
That was because of the plane.
I'm scared.
It wasn't before that.
Yeah, what do you mean? That wasn't me.
It wasn't because I was watching Vanderpump.
Right, yeah. Oh.
The 43 minutes into the flight, the plane dropped 18,600 feet within a matter of 6 minutes. Something failed mid-flight and depressurized the cabin, he wrote. The burning smell can apparently be attributed to using the oxygen canisters. The wing flaps came out to immediately lower our altitude so there would be more oxygen. Well, so that makes sense, right? That would happen immediately and automatically. If you lose oxygen, the pilots might have passed out. So you better drop to some place where they can come back to, wow, man, holy crap.
That'd be the last time I flew. I think
That would be
might-
almost
might
enough.
be it.
I'd have to
Same.
quit. I'd have to quit everything.
out.
See, again, or is it the opposite? Where you say that's
the last-
worst
Yeah,
it's going to be.
Yeah.
So now I'm
Playing
going to
the
fly
odds.
everywhere.
It'll never happen again.
Unless you experience it, I don't know if there's a right answer to that. You're right. In theory, you're correct, but it might be so terrifying. You go, I just don't know if I can do this. It's like getting on that roller coaster and going, I did that once. I don't want to do that again.
If you got nibbled by a great white shark, like a brush by,
Just that part of my body?
just a nibble,
Just the tip.
I think I'd say that was the one shark that could have eaten me,
Right.
and he said, no, thank you. I must be disgusting.
Yeah.
And I think, the one gal that got her arm ripped off still surfs.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
She's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever the hell her
Soul
name is.
Surfer, whatever
Yeah.
her name is.
Yeah.
They did that movie.
surfing?
Movie on there.
Hawk loved that movie.
She got right back in there.
One more. A pilot collapsed and died in the bathroom during a flight from Miami to Chile, prompting an emergency landing in Panama on Sunday night. He was at the helm of the flight around 11 p.m. when he suffered apparent cardiac arrest. His 2 co-pilots were forced to make an emergency landing as a nurse and 2 doctors on board rushed to save him. Unfortunately, we did not have the necessary or sufficient supplies to perform good resuscitation.
No AEDs on the airplane?
I guess not. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
One passenger said a co-pilot asked if there were any doctors on the plane about 40 minutes after takeoff. That is Never a good sign.
Nope.
Wait a minute. So 40 minutes after they took off
They
from
took
Miami,
off. That's right. He went
They-
to the bathroom.
they couldn't turn right around and go back to They had to land in Panama?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
That's weird.
They're not
You're
that
right.
40 minutes.
Great point.
40 minutes on a
great
flight is
point.
not that far.
Yeah, maybe they said if we're going to sit down, let's go to Panama. He's already dead.
Yeah, for the sake of all the passengers wanting to get a chili, let's just keep going.
Yeah,
Why
you
know?
ruin everybody else's
Yeah, we know
vacation?
this is
Yeah.
not great for anybody, but he ain't gonna mind.
Yeah, that's interesting because that's still a
Rosie,
long
stop
trip to
laughing.
Panama.
Yeah.
Mm.
Beep, 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 beep. Anyway, so there you go. There's two of my. Thanks for letting me get those in. I thought they were important for everybody getting on.
How
the
would
plane
you
right
guys
now.
feel about that though?
What's that? Oh,
If
yeah,
you knew because the word on the plane is going to travel pretty quickly.
Oh, sure.
And I'm sure the rescuing efforts happen probably right outside the bathroom where the guy collapsed,
and
right? So in
It's
planes
disconcerting that it's the pilot.
it's very disconcerting as a pilot. But how would you guys feel for the next 5 hours that there's a dead body on the floor?
Well,
Yeah.
Nauseated.
I'll speak for hockey. Him and I will be too busy crying to some documentary we're watching to notice.
I'd be
that's a
too
good point.
nervous that the co-pilot walks out and it looks like he just stopped at a Halloween Express.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's
Yeah.
now landing the plane?
Man.
He looks like he's 12.
Yeah.
That would be weird, but I do know that is the case, Ben. If you're over the ocean and I've read stories before, maybe even on the air, where they just keep that passenger in that seat beside you, and
Right.
you're riding
Right.
along with a
Put
deceased
a
person right
blanket on.
beside you.
Yeah.
That would change your life, I think.
Yeah.
You got to embrace it.
You do? I'm
do
not
ya?
going to touch them.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch.
Bust out a Monopoly board.
I thought you wanted to
have
hug
a
him.
good time. Maybe bury him in the sand.
Are you going to weekend at Bernie?
Yeah.
Take him to water skiing.
Speaking of no one's looking.
Excuse me, would you like a drink, ma'am?
Yeah.
Negotiate some sales. You can do a lot with a dead person.
Glorifying autopilot.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's a documentary on it. It came out in the late 80s.
What's it called?
I don't remember.
Plane ride with Bernie's?
It was something like that. It
You're right with birdies.
was like the craziest hour and a half documentary I've ever seen because it was super lifelike.
You're weird.
The movie kicks ass.
It
You haven't
doesn't-
even seen it, have you?
I think I've seen the first one.
What do you mean you think you've seen it? If you've seen it, it would change your life.
I'm gonna
This
tell
isn't
you
a
right now.
maybe. You either are all in
This
or
is
all
what I
out.
love about Corey.
Yeah.
Corey hates the Marvel movies because they're not realistic, but he loves a movie about two dudes that walk around a dead guy who gets laid.
Is it possible?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Do people die?
Two things.
Could people carry around a dead person?
It's all about when you saw the movie. Because
Yeah.
he saw
I
it at
know,
a time
I
he
know.
was going to love it, and it's so much fun. The other thing is, do you know how many people have been like, oh, Weekend at Bernie's, Corey says this is great, and they watch it.
They spend $20 on it, and then they get the.
It's so good.
Yeah, they get yelled at by their husbands for spending $20 on it.
Everything up there go okay? Never been better.
Never better.
No one
Slept with a
quotes
corpse.
that movie more than you.
I bet Andrew McCarthy does.
He
No,
doesn't even
I bet
care
I
about
bet he
that
doesn't have
film.
it on his resume.
I don't think Terry Kaiser brings it up at dinner.
He's dead. I think he is. Yeah,
I think he
we
is.
looked it
Yeah, I
up.
think you're
If
right. I
Terry
think we looked it
Kaiser's
up.
dead, we would have mourned him for weeks.
We would have
Who's
won him.
Terry Kaiser?
Bernie.
Bernie.
Oh, that's Bernie.
No, he's still with us. He's 84.
Oh,
Still with
Very
us.
much
we would-
alive.
we would-
Or
we
is
would've-
he?
No.
Tammy and the T-Rex. Hawk, is that about you in Denver?
Oh.
Dude, that guy's it says he has 140 acting credits. 50 years that dude's been acting.
Good for him.
He's in Friday the 13th, Part 7.
When he dies,
Yeah.
do they put it when they dress him up in his casket? Do they choose an outfit from Weekend at Bernie?
You have to.
You have to.
dress him
Come on.
exactly like Bernie.
Right.
I bet that's in his will.
What if you, how about when you get that call? Hey, Terry Kaiser, Bernie Lomax, we need you to be in this film. All right, what part am I playing? Well, you're playing a dead guy who gets carted around by two other guys.
Yeah, but you don't have to memorize a lot of lines.
Tell you what, you got to pretend to be dead real good,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Can't
He
be seen
won
breathing.
the Academy Award for it.
Did he really?
Yes.
3 years in a row for that one film.
How many
only
people do
two
you
of
know
them.
have acted like a dead guy for an hour and a half?
Me.
Could
Yeah,
you play
5:30 to 9.
Could you play it that limp for that long?
Been doing it for 15 years, buddy. Blue Chew Chewables at bluechew.com.
That was a layup.
Yeah.
Fantastic
I'm not
film.
proud, macho.
Oh.
And I'm not macho. All right, fine. Since we're doing this, I'm going to give you another one. You ready?
Yeah.
Tell me if this isn't weird for those of you who have a partner you sleep with in bed regularly. A California TikToker has freaked out the internet by revealing that her and her husband just pick whichever side of the bed they want randomly each night before they go to bed.
Oh, God,
No, that's crazy
No
talk.
way. I know.
Crazy talk.
Never
got your
heard
side.
anyone
That's
say
right.
that.
No.
Even in hotel rooms, I have to sleep on the same side.
Even
Same.
if I'm in there by myself,
Same.
same thing. Me
Yep.
too, man.
Same.
Yep. You got
Yep.
this whole giant bed, and I got
Just
4
rent
inches.
whoever gets into bed first. That you just pick your side
she
and
said.
No, that's not how this works.
yeah,
Nope.
no.
No.
Yeah, that's
Plus,
weird.
you get your stuff on the dress.
Yeah, that's right. You get stuff on the dresser.
Your stuff.
Yeah, all the
Toys.
toys
Yeah.
that are in that
Yeah.
bed.
All the lube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody be cool.
Just mind your business.
Lawyer Lambert's leash.
It's your dad you're talking about.
We got any lube?
Oh, there's my dad.
Yep, there he is.
Lord.
If you'd stay on your side of the bed, you'd know.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, what a great bit. I wonder if they're going to have an open casket for Terry Kaiser.
Oh, now it's over.
No,
You
Oh,
can't-
you know,
boy.
Bill, stop thinking about that.
They have to dress him up like that, and I'm going to go see it if they have a public
You're
viewing.
going to go to his funeral.
The thing is, what
I
outfit
think a
do
lot
they
of people
they
line up.
choose
One of
like just
4
the
people
beach
there.
outfit?
No, it'd be the blue windbreaker jacket
It'd
and the
have to be that.
sunglasses.
Yeah,
right.
of course. Yeah, right.
Right.
It's
Dear
the
God.
bit. Man, I wonder, Jonathan Silverman and Andrew McCarthy have to be pallbearers. I wonder if I could be one of the 6 or 7 or 8 pallbearers.
What's your name,
I
man?
asked nicely.
You're weird.
You
would
may
have to
outlive
change
you.
your clothes. Been wearing all black for like 20 years now.
Exactly, ready for his death.
Goes back.
Yeah.
If
you won't
you-
go to weddings, but you'll go to Barry Lomax's funeral.
You haven't gotten his name right once all
No,
segment.
very low, man.
Yeah, you're confusing about 19 people and an act.
Brilliant.
By the way, kfan.com/watch right now, I'm looking at the comments, and somebody's asked, Mike wanted to know why I'm drinking a Rockstar energy drink with a straw. I prefer drinking with a straw. But
It's good
I
for your
realized,
teeth.
I realized something when I put the straw in, it's a metal straw.
Oh, yeah. Don't do
that
that.
noise.
Don't do that.
I can't stop
please
doing
stop.
it. I can't stop
that hurts
doing
my
it.
fake
I
teeth.
know, dude. I can't stop doing it. It's like nails on a chalkboard, but for some reason I like it.
I hate it and I like it too.
I know, man. Literally, the hair on my arms is standing out.
yuck.
I can't stop doing it. Metal straws are the only way to go. I'm never sure they're clean, though.
Give us
Never
another
sure.
hit.
They're tough to clean.
Yeah, right.
Another hit.
You want to hit it again?
Hit it again.
Fingernails on a
Somebody yelled
blackboard.
the safe word.
God, somebody yelled the C word over the top of that.
That was a bad one.
I just don't want to hear that again. Would you guys rather hear? More of the metal straw or me break down Weekend at Bernie's?
Oh, give me that
What's that guy's name
Gives me
again?
energy though. Like it gives you adrenaline almost.
So anyway, they find an accounting error and they realize that Bernie's stealing from the company.
Yep.
And they call him out on it. So that's why he invites him to his place for the weekend, and he's going to kill them both. But he's just really sloppy, and then it gets bad, and then they kill him.
Yeah.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
All right. Quickly, Corey, Jamie on Twitter says Andrew McCarthy credited Weekend at Bernie's for saving his career in his book, Brat, an 80s story.
No kidding.
Yep.
Saving his career because he was pretty hot at that time, I
Yeah,
thought.
he played in the.
Well, he had 3 or 4 movies before Weekend at Bernie's that
Was
didn't
he
go
in,
very well.
Mannequin, man. Mannequin was the big one.
But between Mannequin and Weekend
Right.
at Bernie's, his career had fallen off. And then he, of course, got nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting
Sorry I
Actor
brought it up.
as Larry.
Don't care.
Larry.
Larry.
Hey, Max.
Hey.
Zach Groth wants us to have a flex off. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
Oh, that's Zach Halverson's code name.
Oh, boy.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, wow.
I'm not
He
lifting
lifted
the
his shirt.
You gotta lift the shirt. You gotta lift the shirt.
You won.
You always do.
Tigers beat the Twins 8-7. The Twins blew a 4-0 lead. The Tigers scored 8 straight. The Twins made it interesting in the 9th.
What?
Including a Wallner shot that went to the warning track that would have been a walk-off, but
Yes,
they
indeed.
come up a little bit short. They're off today. They host the Pirates. Hello. The next 3
The Pirates are in town.
Yeah, Griffin Jacks let him down yesterday, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's
He had a
terrible.
bad. Well, he hadn't been terrible.
Everybody be cool.
Bad day at the office.
Hey, Ben, how excited are you about going to the fair every day for 2 weeks?
So, boy, is that a loaded question.
Oh, boy. boy.
It's 8 days. Okay. Yep, 8 days. I had to do the quick math there.
Yeah, right.
So it's not 2 weeks. So
Okay.
there.
Okay, you got
Suck
me
it.
there. You're
Hawk.
right. Yes,
8 days, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at the state fair,
Yeah.
or 1 weekend in a low security jail.
I'd probably do the fair, but it's close. It's real close.
I think I mentioned this last year, and this was, believe me, this was like my brain was spinning for like the first 3 months when I started TCL. And when they were talking about the state fair, I didn't know at the time that they meant every day, every weekday of the state fair. So I thought there was, maybe 3 or 4 shows that we just like bop in and out, do some studio shows, go out to the fair, I thought, and then as it got closer, I got all my passes to get in, and I'm like, wait a minute, are these? I was like,
bringing
oh,
my whole family.
I thought, I was like, oh, okay, so that's really nice. There's like probably an extra pass so I can bring a guest or something.
Oh no.
Then it even got closer. I would say within a week of the state fair, I realized, no, it's every single weekday we're out there.
Roser, does that give you flashbacks, Roser?
Yeah, 9 hours a day. We were out there 5 days a week. It was we had to do the early stuff. I do radio, then 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and they'd make me stay out there with like Chris Schaefer and one of the anchors till 10:30 at night every single state fair day.
See, that's actually a longer day than I.
Yeah, it was. Challenging.
I'm actually not dreading it. I am looking forward to it because you do develop when you're out there all you kind of develop a routine and you kind of know your path and you get so it's not going to be that bad as long as it's not super hot
Like this weekend. Yeah. Correct. Actually, the nighttime stuff when you guys when we're doing the show out there, that's probably that is my favorite time of the day to be out there around 7:30, 8 o'clock.
I say it all the time, Rosie. Once I get to the fair, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's just getting there.
Making your way through the people can be tough. That does get aggravating. But the traffic getting in there makes me want to.
Well, the first day is the worst.
See, that's the thing, and that's where a lot of the stress is alleviated because Hubbard has they have a shuttle that goes every 15 minutes, and so it's awesome. I just park my car in my normal spot. I jump on the shuttle. It's air conditioned. It gets dropped off right at the front. I use my pass to get. I mean, from me parking my car at Hubbard to getting in is 20 minutes.
Hey, Rosie.
Yes, sir.
Earlier, we mentioned that Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible both on track to lose about $100 million.
Oh, I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah,
wow.
they're both getting their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Right? Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, both going to lose $100 million.
Extraordinary to think about those two franchises.
In 1989, the budget for Weekend at Bernie's was $15 million.
How much did it gross?
It made $30.2 million.
Yeah, take that, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, so that
Tom
movie
Cruise.
more successful than the latest Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible. And you guys can make fun of me all you want. Those movies lost $100 million.
Did Cruise's ego get in the way of he had control over that release date, I assume. He has that kind of power with the studio, knowing full well that Barbie and Oppenheimer were coming out.
It was more specifically about Oppenheimer.
Like that, though, right? Like, I think the Barbie Oppenheimer thing was moved. Am I right, Max? Didn't they move it or something like that?
I think the Barbie Oppenheimer bit had been announced for that date for over a year. So I think Tom Cruise just kind of was like,
the fight was over the IMAX screens, though, right?
That's right. Okay.
Tom Cruise wanted more IMAX run, and Christopher Nolan's like, no, this is the deal. I run on IMAX.
Well,
so
Oppenheimer
he only got a week of that.
10 out of 10.
It
so
is.
Good.
It's. I can't wait to see it again. For a two-parter like Mission Impossible, I said this too, and I love Tom Cruise movies, but they could have cut an hour out of that movie.
Is that right?
The first hour, I almost fell asleep.
I don't know. You can only do that movie so many times, man, because I know the storylines are technically different and the jumps are different, but the movie's the same
the
every
last
time.
45 minutes are just grab onto your seatbelt. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Come on.
Paul, your hands up.
Ben, don't worry. Next Thursday, for the first Thursday of the fair, the high's 95.
Is it really?
Wow.
Oh, man. I don't know.
I thought this little heat dome was going to break after just a couple days.
Yeah. You seeing 95?
The high on Saturday is 78. Are you out there then?
This Saturday?
Next
Saturday.
No,
Okay,
no, we're out there.
that's-
Thursday, Friday, then every Monday through Friday, and then Labor Day.
Yeah.
I'll come visit.
That's when, almost every year, right? That's when the weather starts to turn. Into the
Right.
fair and everything
Yeah.
starts to turn and everything's good. But, man.
I wonder if Puma makes a blue windbreaker.
You need help.
Look at his dress like this dude forever. More with Ben Lieber and Mark Rosa on the Power Trip. Morning show after this on the Fan.
For more information about contests on the station, go to kfan.com/rules.
It's Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year, where all smart beds are on sale. Save 50%.
Friends at Continuum Weight and Wellbeing, and I've kept it off because of my weekly accountability I get with my coach Kelly. If I didn't have that piece, I'd be heavier now than I was when I started. I love my custom meal plan that uses all my own food. Take advantage of their offer. 30% off to new clients today at sauceloss.com. Continuum Weight and Wellbeing. Go to sauceloss.com to book your free consultation.
Finding the perfect anniversary gift just got easier. Explore the stunning collection of anniversary rings and jewelry at Arthur's Jewelers, where you're always guaranteed to get more. More elegance, more quality, more options, and more diamond for your money. Celebrate your special moments with Arthur's Jewelers, where exceptional gifts come to life.
Golf balls were basically falling out of the sky with the recent hailstorm we had. If you think your roof has any damage, please call my guys at Cody Construction. Meat Sauce here asking you to call the most trusted contractors in town to get a free roof inspection. If you have damage, they will literally handle everything with your insurance company, and you just choose the new color of your roof. COTYconstruction.com. That's COTYconstruction.com. Call them today. Tell them Meat Sauce sent you.
Mascots, movement, magic. Summer's better downtown. From the North Loop and Stone Arch Bridge to First Avenue and Loring Park. No matter where you go in downtown Minneapolis, warm weather fun is in full swing. Dine on a rooftop overlooking the Mississippi River or check out music under the stars. What you do is up to you. Make downtown your summertime HQ and find a new way to play. Visit MPLSdowntown.com for more. MPLSdowntown.com.
At Raising Cane's, we're hyper-focused on being the best at what we do and getting it right every time. It's our one love. But is the hype real? Yeah, it's real good. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Yo, Ben Lieber here for Archway Contracting. You know, I'm always impressed by local companies that maintain high standards and high ratings. Archway Contracting is a locally owned company that homeowners have been turning to for roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. And get this, they have the highest ratings on Google and Facebook, which means customers are really satisfied. You can get a free inspection too. Call 612-558-6367 or just visit archwaycontracting.com. There's the other way, and then there's the Archway.
You want to feel important? You want to be part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We felt that way too. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Rossman from Chisholm, Minnesota, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Minnesota Army National Guard soldiers. We are people just like you, and together we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit nationalguard.com/MN to find out more. Sponsored by the Minnesota Army National Guard, aired by the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and the station.
Thursday Night Live Racing is back at Canterbury Park. Join us every Thursday at 5 p.m. through August 17th for the fun and excitement of Minnesota's best horse racing. Thursdays at Canterbury Park is back. Tickets at canterburypark.com.
Whether it's back roads or back to school, get there in a new Jeep from Park Chrysler Jeep in Burnsville. And the summer of Jeep savings are hotter than ever. Lease a new Jeep Renegade Limited for as low as $308 a month with $39.99 down. Or a 23 Jeep Compass Latitude starting at $395 a month with $39.99 down. Save big with employee pricing for all on new 2023 Gladiators. Choose from 37 Gladiators in stock. Shop our new showroom and make this the summer of Jeep. Only at Park Chrysler Jeep in Burnsville. Online at parkjeep.com.
Hail damage? Visit CodyConstruction.com, COTYconstruction.com for a free roof inspection.
You're listening live to The Power Trip on iHeartRadio and FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
All right, welcome back. 8:30 Power Trip Morning Show. Guys, I was just telling Rosa this. I've been watching in these little bitty pieces here and there, the Rowdy Roddy Piper biography, which is from Biography, but I'm watching it on YouTube because it's free. And here's a
You've
little
changed.
Well, I would pay for it if they'd let me.
You're trying to find a link to donate on a free YouTube stream.
But here's a fact about Rowdy Roddy Piper I still can't believe, and I just told Roser this. Larry the Axe Henning, okay? Roser, one of the greatest of all time, right?
Robbinsdale's own.
Yep.
Kurt Henning's dad.
Yeah, exactly, right. Rowdy Roddy Piper's first ever match as a pro wrestler was against Larry the Axe Henning. He was 15 years old.
Wow.
How about that? 15 years old.
Rowdy was 15.
Yeah, Rowdy Roddy Piper was 15 years old.
Wow.
I don't know.
How big was he at 15? Did he look like a man of that age?
I guess, yeah.
Wow.
15 years old. And Larry told him after the match, I think he broke Roddy's nose. And I think he told him after the match, you're good at this. You should go to L.A. So he did.
Worked out.
Yeah. Larry Henning was part of Vern Gagne's stable here of AWA wrestlers back in the day when it was really, really popular in this area and in particular. But Larry I think he started as a good guy, then turned into the bad guy, and then his son came along. And but Larry wrestled a long, long time.
Well, that was the thing about Rod Piper. He was never a good guy. Like, that was his bit from the very beginning. He learned to play bagpipes as a little kid.
Yeah.
And he made that his bit when he got into wrestling. And he was never a good guy. He was always the bad
it's always
guy.
better to be the bad guy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, way more fun.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
And he was still wrestling even up till when I was a kid. I remember seeing Rowdy Roddy Piper wrestling on
He was
TV
hilarious.
Stuff.
Well, like I said, he started when he was 15.
Yeah.
But he wasn't an overly big guy, though, right?
Not at all.
No.
Nope, not at all. Yeah, so I'm sorry, real quick, Max. You were saying Dark Side of the Ring?
Yeah, like that show that Sauce has talked about before, Dark Side of the 90s, is actually a spin-off of Dark Side of the Ring. And each episode focuses on a different wrestling story, era, whatever. And they're all really interesting. I just watched the one about the Von Erich family the other day, which they're making a movie about with the guy from The Bear. He's going to be starring in it.
Oh, wow.
What's the guy's name from High School Musical?
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron is going to be in it. And it's this wrestling family that was like a dynasty back in the AWA type days, but then almost all of them ended up meeting a tragic death, and there's only one left that's alive. And there was like a whole...
Rosie! Was the Texas Tornado one of those guys? Or is that a different name?
I think that
Sombrero, I think.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So one of the same guys?
I think it was Donkey Punch.
No, that doesn't sound right.
But each episode focuses on a different thing, and it's really, really fascinating.
I wish there was a great doc on AWA wrestling in town here when I was a kid growing up all the way through doing stories on Vern Gagne and Greg and the Crusher and Mad Dog Vachon and the whole bit that they used to do at the Calhoun Beach Club and Minneapolis Auditorium and just the wrestlers. I got to meet Nick Bockwinkel and was
there a guy named
Andre the Giant would come to town?
Was there a guy named Gorgeous George back in the early days?
Not here, but yes,
okay, gotcha.
East Coast.
He was no
George.
ravishing Rick Rude.
No.
Oh, yeah. Kerry Von Erich was Texas Tornado. He died when he...
then Jesse, of course.
Died in 1993 at age 33.
Their whole family. It was like from the dad down. Then there was 4 or 5 brothers, and none of them are alive anymore.
Wow.
But actually, Gorgeous George, that's who Muhammad Ali based his trash talking off of. That's who he said inspired him to be the kind of braggadocious guy that he was. He said he watched wrestling and he loved Gorgeous George, and that's kind of, he was like, that's not in boxing right now, so let me bring that to boxing.
Yeah.
All right.
Worked out pretty well.
Let me take you full circle.
Don't read this guy's story, by the way.
Oh,
Dear
really?
God, you're not kidding, Max.
No, it's tragic. Like, all these people on Twitter see, like Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White, and they're like, oh my God, I want to see it. No, it's going to be a really depressing, messed up movie. Because just watching that episode, there's only one living brother, and he's just talking about their times together, and it's really sad.
I can't help it.
Not bad guys in real life.
It's not a comedy.
It's not a comedy?
It's not a comedy.
I thought wrestling was fake.
I'm going to bring it full circle real quick, and I promise I'll be done with this. If you read the Bob Dylan book, I forget the name of it, but his biography, he mentions playing at, I believe, an auditorium, like the Memorial Auditorium, something like that, in Duluth. And he was playing an acoustic guitar in the hallway as people were walking into a wrestling match. And he talks about watching Gorgeous George walk in, and he walks by him, and he says something to Bob Dylan. And Bob, as like a 15-year-old kid, says to himself, wow, this is show business. How about that? I mean, that's pretty neat. Duluth Auditorium, I think, is where it was at. Crazy. All right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Headlines, ready?
I think so.
Now it's time for headlines.
I love that soundbite.
In a shocking new back-to-school study, researchers have found that middle school is a lot harder for kids who aren't attractive or athletic.
Huh.
The social outcasts, is that basically
duh.
what? Yeah, I mean,
Isn't that, yeah.
But I would say just, I mean.
Haven't we always kind of known that?
Yep, I don't know why we needed a study for that.
Yeah.
Middle school is hard for almost everybody, but
Right.
specifically, if you don't feel like you're attractive or athletic, it's a little bit
in
harder.
this day and age in particular.
Middle school is brutal, man.
It is
You have-
brutal.
I feel like you have the immaturity of elementary school, but you're smart like a high schooler. So you kids are just ruthless.
And
They're
Kids
very
are mean,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
And that's when the zits hit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Man. The
Oh,
zits.
man.
The
They
zits.
tortured me.
And some of the
Horror.
nicknames that we came up with just lasted forever.
Oh, forever.
I mean,
Right.
forever. Stupid nicknames for stupid reasons
Terrible.
that I'm embarrassed that we were even a part of back then. You still remember those kids even as adults.
You do.
Like, oh yeah, isn't that so and so?
Yeah. Yeah, but I prefer not to go by that name anymore.
Yeah, and I'm your boss. Stop calling me that.
right.
Yeah.
Chris is like, joke's on you. I never went blind.
Right. Yeah, correct.
I figured it out.
I did. Yeah.
What do we think of this? I think this is interesting. I'm surprised we haven't heard more about this. But Illinois passed a new law which requires parents to pay children who are using their. Sorry, let me start over. If you're doing videos and you're monetizing videos on YouTube and kids are in the videos, it's one of those families that's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh.
Illinois now requires the parents to pay the kids. So they're saying it's essentially like child actors. You're making money. The kids
Yeah, that
deserve
makes
some of the
sense.
money. So if you are trying to go viral with a funny video of your kid, you better give them a cut. Officials say the rule is similar to rights held by child actors. So
I like that.
Illinois is in on it.
Yeah.
Kids get some of the money.
I didn't realize this was a problem, but now
Makes sense. So as soon as you hear
It
it,
does.
Yeah. Quick thing, real quick,
Yeah.
guys. Corey, just to be the first to say, because it matters that you're first. Megadeth is coming to Mystic Lake, man. That's awesome,
Sweet,
man.
man.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
wow. You
I
and
thought
Rosie
that's
saw
awesome.
them once, didn't you?
We actually,
Well,
Rosie
yeah.
played keyboards for Megadeth for the first 3 albums.
Rose.
Yeah.
Rose.
He got fired for doing all the shrooms.
So much
They
blow,
were-
Rosie.
Yeah, I know.
September
It's fun
30th,
time.
man. I haven't seen Megadeth ever in my life. I need to do that.
Isn't
That
that
would be
Pete's
sweet.
band?
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah, for sure.
Iron Maiden's is big.
Yeah,
one.
that's his
Yeah.
big one. Yeah.
Okay, go back to you. Sorry.
Two-part question, I guess. Number one, do you guys like Eggo waffles?
Hell yes.
Jeez.
I love them.
I
man.
hesitate.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
My kids
love
love them.
them.
Yeah, my
Kelly
kids are all
Lambert
about it.
Easy.
loves them.
I think everybody likes actual waffles more than Eggos, but
Oh,
it's
sure.
the unbelievably awesome convenience of just throw them in there and we're
Yeah,
good.
just throw them in the
You got the time
toaster.
for
You're
that?
good.
Yeah, waffles kick ass. I love Eggos.
Yeah.
Part two is the Stranger Things boost over? Remember the sales went through the roof?
Yeah.
Oh,
After
yeah.
11 started
Yeah.
crushing
so,
Eggos.
yeah.
I wonder if that's still hanging on. I wonder if the momentum is still there.
This is a long headline.
Yeah.
Eggo has teamed up with something called Sugarlands Distilling to launch a new liqueur called Eggo Brunch in a Jar Sippin' Cream. That's a long-ass title.
That sounds gross.
Why would they do that?
Tell me what you think of this. 20% alcohol. It's 40 proof. Blends the flavors of toasted Eggo waffles, maple syrup, rich butter, and a hint of smoky bacon.
Nope.
My arteries are clogging
What am I
as
doing?
we speak.
That sounds like mud butt in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
had
it
me
does.
at Eggo.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But you ruined it with everything else.
This sounds like whoever this new executive is who went to Eggo and came up with this idea used to work at iHeartRadio.
Right. Call bonus.
Okay. Christopher.
Just make Eggos. You're good at it.
Where do you want your going away party?
Just stick to Eggos. They're delicious. You're fine. Good night.
Good night, sweet
Man,
prince.
I don't have time for a meeting today, Hawk. On a side note, I saw on Instagram that a doctor claims Eggos is one of the worst things you can eat.
Oh, I'm
Who
sure.
cares what the
I'm
doctor
sure.
says?
Of course they are.
Everything
Eggos
about
are
them is
fantastic.
Everything about them is processed. Everything about them is
100%.
Stop talking. I don't want
100%.
people to stop eating
That,
Eggos.
that should be as obvious as your very first headline about middle school being tough for unattractive and
Right.
non-athletes.
Same thing. This-
Oh, God.
we all get
This
it.
will shock no one, but in middle school, I used to eat a pack of them a day.
And you didn't even heat them up. You were
Lawyer Lambert made them for me. Yeah.
Love you guys. I got to go.
Bye.
Oh, they're so good, stacked on top of each other.
Your mom was a 2-pack-a-day smoker.
Oh my, oh my.
What do we think of this one? Rosie, let's start with you. Check this out.
Okay. Yeah, Rosie.
We've heard a lot of theories about where AI is going.
Yes.
Allen Iverson?
Well, now,
brilliant.
Philadelphia.
Google is just flat out admitting this isn't the future. They are working on this currently. They are trying to create an AI life coach. It's in the works. So far, they've taught it 21 different tasks to help people improve their lives. Things like creative problem solving, helping you plan ahead better, creating budgets and meal plans, and general life advice. Two people that have been working on it told the New York Times that Google wants to make it smart enough to give solid answers to, quote, intimate questions about challenges in people's lives. So here's one example. You could ask something like, a friend was in your wedding and just invited you to theirs, but it's a destination wedding.
Right.
Can I afford to go? And then Google can tell you, if you don't want to go, how can I tell them that I can't go? How could I budget for this? Basically, instead of paying for help or advice, Google is going to try to make an AI life coach. Your thoughts about asking a computer for advice?
Well, look, I think there's probably going to end up being some good use of AI that will help people, but I am frightened. Not that I'm going to live long enough to see all of it happen, but I think it's going to be kind of the death knell of I'm not saying civilization, but it's frightening that the genie's out of the bottle when it comes to AI and how many devious ways it'll be used, because it's for every good reason and potentially how that could help people. There's 100 other reasons why it's going to be destructive, I think, and take jobs away from people and everything else that's going on with it. I never imagined, I don't know when this sort of just became, kind of the talking point the last year or so, year and a half. But it is, hearing what I'm hearing on the West Coast in particular, and even one of the reasons why the strike is going on with SAG-AFTRA and everything else is because, the movie studios want to use AI instead of real actors, and they can manufacture all this stuff. That's just a sliver of what's happening. But that sounds good in principle.
Yeah, and let me tell you why, Rose, I'm with you.
Scary.
In the long term, I feel where you're coming from. In the short term, this is, I think, maybe the perfect use of AI because
don't disagree.
It has access to all the accumulated knowledge of humanity.
Right.
And it can tell you, maybe, I guess, in best case scenario, what the greater percentage of people did right, and maybe you should do that too. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but some people are going to get a hold of it and
it's over.
Nefarious ways. And what does nefarious mean, Sauce?
I would guess
it's a name for Dracula.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's close enough.
How about that movie about Dracula on the vote, man? I want to see that.
What?
You're the only one.
I know, but it looks great.
It does look kind of cool. It bombed,
and
though.
Stephen King said it was good.
Yeah. I don't know if people like it or don't like it, but it bombed. The Last Voyage of the Demeter or whatever it's called.
Never heard of it.
It's where
no one saw it.
Dracula's on a boat and, he has to eat everybody. It's pretty scary. He's got to eat, man.
Look, there's a whole bunch of things I don't know about cards, like how to win. But here's one that I had never heard before. Did you guys know this? In the 1930s, playing card companies tried to add a fifth suit. It was going to be the Eagle, but it didn't catch on, and the decks with the Eagle cards were completely gone by the 1950s.
Wow.
I bet they're collector's items.
I've never even seen a picture of a fifth suit.
Huh.
You don't own a suit.
Got him.
You got him there.
I should just get rid of the one that I had. You right?
Why? Why'd you get rid
Where
of
do
it?
I go that I need a suit?
I don't know.
Your funeral?
My funeral.
I'm not wearing a suit to Terry Kaiser's funeral. I'm going to dress like Bernie.
Well,
good idea.
Happy birthday to Robert De Niro.
Okay.
You have another kid recently?
Yeah, see, that's why I'm going to get close on this.
84?
He just had the kid.
81.
80.
80 is the right answer. Max wins.
Wow.
Hey.
Also, would have been a happy birthday, but he died in 1993. Happy birthday to David Koresh.
Oh, too bad.
Oh, well, there you go. Wow.
He would be 60.
That's a pretty good guess.
Probably pretty close. I don't know.
Yeah. 'Cause he's a little older than me. So, 60. Yeah.
This will be fun. Sauce? He was born in 1959.
No.
He was born when?
Yeah, don't stall.
Good stalling
Hold
technique.
on.
1959.
One of us.
So he is, let's see here. One of us, gone too soon. He is 63. would be 64.
You're fantastic.
Very good.
Rest in power.
Oh, wow. That's
Okay.
not something I would admit.
I'm not.
He just covered all of his bases just in case Koresh wasn't lying.
Right.
He's being smart, man.
And who's to say he's actually dead?
Pretty much everybody.
Corner.
That was a dramatic pause. Dramatic.
The tank.
Oh,
The
boy.
tank.
Well played, Zacho.
Rosie, buckle up for this one.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
A woman asked her sister to babysit her newborn baby.
Oh,
The sister also was a new mother.
mm-hmm.
The mom was stunned when she caught her sister breastfeeding her baby.
What?
The
Yes,
woman
bitch.
called the police on her sister, but now she's asking the internet if her reaction was too harsh.
Yes, it is.
So you're both new moms.
Yeah.
But you say, hey, can you watch my kiddo here, your niece or nephew? And then you come home and the sister is breastfeeding, not her own baby, your baby.
It's your sister.
Without asking.
Yeah, I would have thought that the other sister who left would have left instructions about feeding her baby. I mean, in the fridge, either breast milk that she had saved or
Button bar.
Doritos.
Brand.
yeah, whatever.
Eggos.
Eggos.
Stacks of Eggos.
But she just literally took things that are never mind.
Oh, say it.
No, I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to make you happy.
Button bar.
See, I mean, don't just tell her not to do it again. Don't call the cops.
Oh, you.
What? Rosie's yelling. Are you trying to fight everyone now, Rose?
According to a new poll, what percentage of Americans say they drink alcohol?
Oh, I bet it's lower than you think. 40.
Like any alcohol at all.
Just on a regular basis, just having a
40.
drink.
I'm going to guess 60.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'll say like 70 though.
I think it's going down.
69.
69.
Chris is good at this. 62% of Americans.
I think, yeah.
How about this, Rosie? What was the number in the 1970s?
A lot higher. Drinking 85.
Yeah, 80.
No kidding. You think it was high? Yeah.
I do think it was high in the
Oh.
70s. Like I think it'd be higher even back to the 50s.
Yeah.
50s and 60s when people, couples would come home or when the dads would come home from work, they'd have a drink every single night. The Manhattan in particular.
Just breastfeeding everybody's babies.
Yeah, exactly.
71% in the
Wow.
1970s. So
Holy moly.
we're down like 9% in the last 50 years. Now everybody's just drinking lean or breast milk.
Or both combined.
both.
Wait, lean?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'd try lean.
It's over for Brit.
Oh, I know. She
Getting a divorce.
I know.
Oh.
The door's open.
What a
Max.
life. What a life she's had. My
Doors open.
God.
It just
shoot my
sucks,
shot.
man. It's so sad.
Yeah,
It's
it's
super
super
sad.
It really is.
At some point, let's hope it's 50 years from now. The documentary about her life is going to be beyond depressing.
Yeah.
I hope. I don't know.
How many times has she been married now? Is this her second,
three.
third marriage?
She married that one guy for like 10
Jason
minutes.
Alexander.
Jason Alexander,
Oh, good
but
point.
not the one from Seinfeld.
Right.
right.
That's the only reason
I was
remember.
about to say, wait, what?
And then Kevin Federline. This dude. Was there another one in between?
Right.
No.
Think
Federline and this dude?
if 20 years ago you were told Kevin Federline would be the most stable adult in those kids' relationship, you'd go, I'll bet you everything I have.
Right. Or how about, let's go back 20 years. What if you said, hey, Corey, when you're 43, you could marry Britney Spears.
Right.
Brittany, no, Mel. Hang on, Mel. Hear me out, Mel. Remember how last week we learned that Zach's into clowns because we asked him if he would spend the rest of his life with Timothy Chalamet if Chalamet was dressed like a clown, and we called him Timothy McChalamet.
Yeah.
This is the same thing, right? If it's like, hey, you want to hook up with Britney Spears? It'd be hard to say no.
Yeah, I think I asked you that this morning.
I don't know if you said marry Britney Spears today, I'd say no.
No.
That girl needs so much help.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's sadder than hell.
I wonder
fix
what's.
her.
You know what?
Zach, you're not even on her team.
Go to McDonald's.
We all think we could fix her. I think, but I wonder. I wonder what's really wrong. Like, I wonder if there's a mental health issue, if it's a substance issue. Now it may be a combination of both.
There's so many layers there with her parents.
Based on Instagram, it looks like mental health. I'm no doctor. I'm not trying to make assumptions, even though I am internally.
Right.
It looks like she's just not there. And again, like I mentioned a week or two ago when we talked about this, you can see it in her eyes. She just doesn't know where she's at.
That's what I mean.
It's super depressing, man. Yep. It's scary.
How long ago did she have her residence thing at Vegas? Didn't she have
it? Wasn't that long ago.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The last 10 years.
You got to be responsible and show up every.
But you know what, Rosie? That could be a great scenario for her. You're in one place. You don't have to travel. You know what time you got to be there. I don't know.
Didn't people say that she lip synced the whole time and it was mostly a disaster?
I think Kenna went to. I have to ask Kenna. I think Kenna and his wife were out there and saw her. Yeah. Knowing full well that she was lip syncing, but enjoyed the show. I mean,
it's all the same songs.
Vegas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, those are the three: Jason Alexander, Kevin Federline, and this Sam guy.
Boy.
And again, Jason Alexander lasted about a day. Federline was 3 years. This one was about a year.
How many kids does she have? I mean, she has
two or three. Two.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. It's a whole other level of responsibility that.
Well, hopefully she figures it out.
Let's hope so.
It does seem like the deck is stacked against her. But
well said.
Yeah. Who knows? Is that all you got, bud?
That's depressing.
That's depressing. Why'd you bring that up?
Sure.
I've got all kinds of. I got to pick which one I think is going to be the most fun for you guys. Not that one. That one's too sad. All right, I'll go with this one because this is too freaky to be believed. A young girl was injured at a Pennsylvania amusement park when a utility knife fell out of a roller coaster rider's pocket and struck her in the head.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine? That sentence seems impossible.
That does. Too ridiculous for Final Destination.
Well said, Maxwell. Well said.
I just mentioned a day or two ago I want to take the kids to Valley Fair before their season's over, right? I haven't been to Valley Fair in a handful of years. Do they not have metal detectors? How do you get a utility knife into an amusement? They don't?
No. I doubt it.
No metal detectors?
I don't think so.
Damn.
No.
I don't think so.
Did they want to go with you, or would you drop them off?
I haven't asked yet.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking about bringing utility knives just for fun.
I think that's an overreaction. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that.
Just for safety.
The girl who officials described only as a preteen was with her family when she was struck in the head by the box cutter type device.
Oof.
Luckily, the tool was not open at the time.
Oh, there you go.
She suffered only minor injuries, thank God. But, I mean, come on.
Paul, your hands up.
Tenna texted us and said the Britney show in Vegas was awful. She lip synced the entire time.
I knew he went.
Poor thing.
There you go.
That sucks, man. I bet it was still better than that damn Chris.
Oh, don't get hog started. What did you pay? Honestly, what did you pay for those 2
I don't know.
tickets?
Do you know the magician?
Oh, you went to go see Chris Angel?
Yeah,
I never knew that.
And we paid money and went in to see a show, and then he did a magic trick, and then he showed his television show for 45 minutes.
People
and then he did
boo?
magic. I did. Yeah, I was asking for my money back.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Chris Angel show is probably better than a box cutter to the back of the head off a roller coaster.
Just barely.
Rosie, thanks for your time.
My pleasure. I'll be out at training camp today yelling at coaches. And
yeah, everybody be cool.
Yeah, be cool,
Everybody
Rose.
chill out, man. Jesus.
Yeah, come on.
Tomorrow at 8:15, quarterfinal number 4.
Let's go, dude.
Tom Pelissero of the
should be a
NFL
good
Network
one.
takes on Aaron Gleeman and John Bonus of the Gleeman and the Geek podcast. Tommy Olson
Underdog
of Bachelor Parties Across the Country.
Well, apparently he's throwing out the first pitch at the Twins game on Sunday and didn't tell us.
What?
I don't know.
Tommy is?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And Elizabeth Reese from Twin Cities Live, Ben's co-host. So those 5 will square off tomorrow. The winner moves on to the quarterfinals, or it's actually the semifinals. There's 3 in, 6 more to go. See you tomorrow.
Only questions answered right.
KFAN Total Traffic.